SETCHU comes from the idea of a meeting of Japanese and Western codes, and you trained across very different systems, from Savile Row tailoring to fashion studios and global brands. Looking back, which environment influenced your creative vision most profoundly?
Everything. Where I'm from, where I lived, especially this season, my fishing habit. I love fishing. I
Amazing.
went to Gabon. I saw local people fishing as well. And I thought, why not women fish it too? That's how I start thinking. So fishing was a really big element. You can see a lot of fishnet
Yeah.
elements. Other things is Japanese. Where I'm from has origami, kimono,
Yes.
everything square-ish design.
Mhm.
I'm from Saviro, which is something we make everything by hand. You know, Italian salto is the same. And what's the difference between mass production, something handmade? I wanted to express with rectangle shape
Mhm.
and something round shape. And I start looking at the round shape on the body, try to connect ring with rectangle silhouette. That's how I constructed that dress over there. You see this tatami jacket?
Yeah.
There's something only you can make it in Italy. In Italy, I'm really happy how much artisanal people help us to make this kind of dream collection.
Construction in your collections often feels unusually visible and intentional. What does a well constructed garment mean to you today?
It have to be comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Savio jacket might be too heavy. I think that's a really good question. The comfortability is really, depend on the time too. The world is getting warmer.
Mm-hmm.
I think the lightness is really important. Still, yet looks good, but not fake look good.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time to make it if you want a garment to last longer. And this is why I really emphasize handmade feeling. Our garments are made by Italian people, and this is why it's looking good and it's comfortable.
Are there parts of traditional tailoring and construction techniques that you try to preserve?
Yes. So this season in the garment, you see basting stitch. Basically, all those like small stitches you see in the garment,
Mm-hmm.
it's the mark where fabric should be cut, where it should be folded. It's a classic technique,
Mm-hmm.
but I found that it could be an embroidery detail. So we really worked where it should have. Majority of our garments are made by hands, so we basically stopped it and then just show it,
Mm-hmm.
just to show process as well of a handmade.
When developing a new piece, what usually changes less? The material, the silhouette, or the construction?
I think the approach we did more than last season is we tried to bring more feminine fabric and emphasizing beauty of feminine body. That's why we use a lot of bias cuts, and that's something we have a lot more than normal season. For men's, we really go back to classic garment. What shirts should be? What's the normal silhouette?
Mhm.
And that approach was something it's different from usual season.
Satsu feels less interested in creating just new categories of products and more interested in building a wardrobe system. Do you think fashion sometimes overvalues novelty and undervalues continuity?
Yes, it's too fast.
Mm-hmm.
This is why on purposely we made the look number to be really small,
Mm.
yet we spent more time
On
on
it, on
each
them.
garment. I totally agree with the speed of it. We have a pressure of releasing new products and we have that voice from the buyers as well.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are known for me making the initial pattern. I cannot have 50 looks. And then as of now, business is growing. I think that's probably so opposite from bigger companies doing. But we have a small audience, and I like to keep those audience
Mm-hmm.
first and then expand it slowly, slowly.
In a system built around novelty and constant output, how do you distinguish between evolution and simply producing more?
Well, as a business,
Mm-hmm.
you need to produce simple product more. Profitability is something important, but I don't find it that's our job.
Mm.
I used to work as a designer for big maison, sending sketches, something new idea. Those are brought by factories. and that's not responsible. Designer is the only category we don't need a license to be a designer. If you want to have a restaurant, you
Can
need to
just,
have really,
yeah.
responsible license.
Hmm.
When you build a house, it's the same. I'm designing to protect people's skin, to make them look good. I like to have a responsible to understand how the garment should be constructed. What's the meaning of the detail? Because this is my new life since I started SETCHU.
Hmm.
I finished normal commercial career. Now I'm building a babies.
Do you think creativity today suffers more from too many references or too little time to absorb them?
Mix of both. And I think it's if you don't have a clear identity, you tend to run out
Mm.
and start copying others. We happen to have a really clear DNA, mix of Italy, mix of Japan,
Hmm.
can combine so many things. It's more focus is how to make people understand more. Repetition of the looks, I'm proud of it. I always use similar garments, but that's okay.
Yeah.
We can be unique.
If someone encountered Setchu years from now without knowing its story, what would you hope they understood about your way of seeing?
I'd like to make a garment to make anyone confident. Doesn't have to be fun or fashion. I think the person have to be happy. I hope the garment can make that person happy. They don't need to know all the details.
Hmm.
I think it's important things the product should talk as well too. That's something I'm working hard to make it happen.